Hmm? What? Do we know each other?
Uh-huh.
Oh, wait. Wasn't I just about to tell you something? Fortunately, I created a memory aid just for this anecdote. Ah, on that day, I was particularly angry. We had just laid the stone slabs in the chapel when the Templar Knights returned from a secret meeting. They examined my work and praised me for doing a heroic job. Then they gave me a coconut. It was one of the greatest days of my life. Here, I even still have the book in which I wrote everything down, including the meaning of the secret Templar symbols on the stone slabs. And now please leave me alone. All this reminds me too much of how I once helped a little girl uncover the mystery of the secret crypt below the chapel. One day I really have to tell you that story.
The book contained the recorded memories of the elders. Most of it was faded. Only the chapter on the construction of the convent chapel was still legible. That would certainly...
What's the matter now? My goodness, that does look very interesting.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. At least those are the same symbols as on the stone slabs, but the pattern is full of gaps. I'm a pro when it comes to riddles. That's why all I need is a single glance to be able to declare without a doubt that, yes, this is a riddle. But the solutions page seems to be missing. This book is useless to me like that. Unless, of course, you have the solution. First, complete the symbols on the empty floor slabs, while keeping in mind the first clue on the right. Click once on the empty space to access a selection menu. Then decide on the right First, complete. Yes! Yes! That has to be it! I have solved the mystery! Thanks for holding the book all this time. You're blocking the way. May I?
As soon as Frank stopped drilling, Lily was finally able to draw Garrett out of his shell. Lily crouched inside the confession booth and waited. All was quiet in the chapel, except for Frank, who could barely contain his excitement.
Wow! If these bones aren't evidence of a church conspiracy, I'll eat Tom Hanks's double chin. And what's that? Hey! This just keeps going. Let me just drill through this stone slab and... But that's a sword! A real Templar sword! It's incredible! Man, it sure is wedged in tightly. I hope that isn't a load-bearing strut beam.
The impact echoed through the entire church. Lily was tempted to look, but then she heard approaching steps.
It's so blissfully quiet. I can finally take up my listening post again.
I'd like to be able to say that Lily had a plan, that she was thinking about locking Garrett into the confession booth by welding a bar in front of the secret door. But Lily was just thinking about ponies.
Hey, what's going on? Is that you, Lily? Do you think that's funny? Let me out, now!
Lily felt uncomfortable about it. Locking someone into a confession booth was probably not appropriate for a well-behaved girl. On the other hand, she was doing Edna a big favor. She could hardly wait to tell her best friend all about it.
So Garrett is out of the picture. Very good. But I'm still in danger. Before I can leave the convent, you have to help me cover my tracks. The doctor can't find out that I was ever here. Could you do that for me?
Uh-huh.
Great. Let's see. First, you have to get rid of the balloon that I left in the main hall. It even has my portrait on it. The doctor would recognize me immediately. I also played with firecrackers down by the school clock. Let's just say it was part of a weather experiment, and I would have succeeded if I'd had a real DeLorean. You can't imagine how hard it is to get a lawnmower up to 80 miles per hour. And of course, you have to remove the inscription on the swing tree. It hurts me just as much as you, but I could hardly leave the doctor better evidence that I was here than that. Do you think you can handle all that?
Uh-huh.
Thank you, Lily. You're the best.
Oh. Hello, Lily. I was just thinking of Riot Girl. Riot Girl is totally cool because Riot Girl wears Shibuya clothes. Don't you think that's totally fascinating? Suka also thinks that Riot Girl is totally cool. And Suka likes Shibuya too. Shibuya is totally cool. Don't you think so too? Yeah. It certainly makes you think. I think way too much about things like that. My brain is getting all fuzzy. But Riot Girl is cool, right?
Lily had heard that alcohol that was certainly...
What's going on? Why are you that shouldn't be in my cafeteria? Just like you! So get out before I wring your neck! Where are my canning jars? I need something to calm my fingers.
Lily was delighted. She'd never seen a living clown up close before. Only the dead one that appeared at her window at night.
You...
No. Another one of them. Get lost. I'm not in the mood for jokes today.
You...
Why are you staring at my cigarettes like that? They're not for sensitive children like you. Got it? What?
No.
You want to see a few tricks, don't you? I knew I shouldn't have said that. Okay. I'll make you a deal. I'll make you a cute balloon animal, and you leave me in peace, okay?
Uh-huh.
All right? What's it gonna be?
Ew.
A wrench? Why not? I know all about wrenches. What? You don't like the mood I'm in? You want me to show you a few tricks now or what? I feel terrible. Because my therapy concept flopped. Laughter is the best therapy. Great idea. How rotten. You're probably wondering what I'm doing here, right? My name is Ernest. Funny Ernest. Ha! And I applied as a child therapist here. But no, Mother Superior had already found someone else. That Dr. Marcel. A nuthouse shrink. Can you believe it? I wouldn't let that guy anywhere near my kids, even if I knew where they were. That's what I get for retraining as a psychologist. Laughter is the best therapy. Great idea. I've been waiting for a gig for months. I should have stayed a plumber. I used to be a plumber. Now I plumb people's souls. What's so hard to understand? Just don't ask me about Dr. Marcel. I wouldn't let that guy anywhere near my kids, even if he's a bitter, evil man. He's known everywhere for hating children. Ever since a little girl shoved him down the stairs. Huh, serves him right. That old twit.
What Lily now did was actually void of all logic, and she could already hear uproar of the online reviewer, but she did it anyway. The online reviewers sounded a bit hoarse today. Maybe they shouldn't smoke so much. Done. Now only 2 pieces of evidence were left to completely erase Edna's tracks. The clown had just left his cigarettes here. He must have been in a great hurry.
What do you have there? Cigarettes? No thanks. You can keep those. Of course I smoke. I'm a real rebel, remember? But only when I'm nervous. And since my nerves are like steel, it's just a hypothetical situation. I'm a hypothetical smoker, which is actually much tougher than a regular smoker.
Shawnee didn't. Lily had. Lily certainly wouldn't be. Once again, her arm. Apparently, Birgit had set down her work, but she had completed the banner with the Puma motif. Too bad that Lily couldn't congratulate her on the good job she'd done anymore.
Ah,
That's what I call an outstanding motif. Effective and controlled. A symbol of complete self-control. Just like the directors of this convent. This will impress the doctor. Come along, Lily. Birgit has earned another award. Her diligence and reliability will be rewarded with a celebration.
Lily almost jumped in the air with excitement. There hadn't been a celebration in the convent for a very long time. Mother Superior had already begun the ceremony when Lily entered the classroom. It was a lovely celebration. The only odd thing was that Birgit was nowhere to be seen.
And I hereby award you a Golden Girl Scouts badge on a ribbon. Your embroidering skills and excellent sense of duty are a superb example to your fellow students. You, Birgit, are a textbook example of how strict and systematic guidance can result in great achievements. Ah, Lily, follow the example of your fellow student and do some cleaning. If only all children were as conscientious as Birgit.
The celebration was very short, but Lily enjoyed it anyway. This was probably the best day of her life. Lily thought that the Girl Scouts badge was much too precious to leave lying about like that. She put it in her pocket just to be safe. Lily had never seen a cake so up close before. She could have cried out of happiness for Birgit. The cake was meant for Birgit and no one else. Lily didn't even deserve to lick the pastry shell. The cake was meant for Lily. The cake was Lily didn't even deserve.
But that's the Golden Girl Scouts badge on a ribbon. I had no idea I was talking to a genuine scout. I was a Boy Scout once, you know. Ha! Well, knock me over with my things over there. They're lying in that chest, you know. Because among scouts, there's no such thing as ownership and...
Hooray! The marbles were the perfect ammunition for the musket.
Psst. Lily, I really have to ask you something. Do you like me?
Uh-huh.
Thank goodness. I wasn't really sure, because there's something on my mind. It's about my feelings, and I'd like to ask you a really huge favor. Would you do something for me?
Uh-huh.
Really? Wow, I'm so excited. Okay, calm down, Kapu. So, would you give this letter to Shai?
Uh-huh.
I really have to meet her. So, could you just give her the letter? Man, that's so cool of you. You're really the best, Lily.
Oh, what fabulous thing do you have there? Is it for me by any chance?
Lily hesitated. Certainly not because she begrudged Shai her meeting with Kapu. No. She was worried. Who knew what sort of things could be in the envelope? A snake? A scorpion? The anthrax virus? In the end, she decided to give Shai the letter, after all.
Uh-huh. Wow! It's from Kapu! A date? Oh, how exciting! I have to put on more more glitter.
Apparently, the letter didn't contain the anthrax virus. Thank goodness. Lily didn't want to disturb the two. They deserved to enjoy the moment. Soon, they'd start to hate each other, and Shy would start losing her hair from all the grief. Ah, yes, love. The hands of the school clock looked like irises, and the ornate mesh formed by the flower baskets looked like the blades of swords in a fantasy novel. They really made you want to pierce them. Hooray! Lily had found Edna's firecrackers. How did they ever get up there? The sword was almost long enough to reach the firecrackers. But only almost. Lily needed some kind of extendable arm. Lily could no longer destroy her things. Lily certainly wouldn't be able to get the firecrackers off the statue like that. Once again, her arms were too short and her line too long. The sword may not have reached the firecrackers or the rope, but it fit perfectly into the mesh of the clock hands. So perfectly that it got stuck in there. Now what was Lily to do? Wait until the gargoyle dropped down of its own accord? She didn't have that much time. The gargoyle seemed to worry about its companion, but it also didn't lift a finger to stop it from falling. Typical. The clock in the tower sounded duller than usual today. Was it really that late already? Done. Now, only one piece of evidence was left to completely erase Edna's tracks.
What do you have there? Is that my knife?
Uh-huh.
It's just unbelievable that a little brat like you is running around with a knife. Let me tell you, the youth of today are as rotten as next week's canned goulash. Don't you know how much damage a knife like that can do?
Uh-uh.
Should I show you?
Uh-uh.
You see? So hand it over before you hurt someone. Unbelievable. A little girl with a knife. So irresponsible. Here, take this chainsaw instead. Now that I have my knife back, I won't need it anymore.
Lily had a brilliant idea. High-proof alcohol was an excellent fuel substitute for the gasoline chainsaw. Mother Superior would really be proud of her. Done. Lily had finished all of Edna's jobs and had gotten rid of all of the evidence. She could hardly wait to tell her best friend all about it.
Lily, thank God. I have a new and much more serious problem. I can't find my diary anywhere, and all my escape plans are written in it. I even drew a map where I marked my hiding place. So forget about getting rid of the evidence. No, just forget it. It wasn't important anyway. The diary now has top priority. Please, help me look for it. If Mother Superior gets her hands on it, I'm done for. It has to be somewhere around here.
Of course, Lily immediately knew what to do. She immediately knew what to do. Oh, man. Was that really so hard? The diary was lying right there. Or hanging, rather. The telltale drawings were dangling from the claw of a dumb, gawking pigeon. The moment Lily tried to grab the diary, the pigeon rose in the air and carried it to the roof of the convent, where it disappeared in the rafters above Mother Superior's office. Gawking certainly wasn't going to help. Once again, Lily's path led her back towards the lion's den.
Finally, there you are. Lumpy's starving. Did you get the cat food? What? And then you dare return here? Off with you! Out! 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 Oh! How I loathe these children!
Lily might have missed the sparrows, but her effect on Shawnee was apparent. He actually seemed a little impressed. Shawnee seemed very anxious. Lily preferred not to talk to him in this state. She didn't want to risk him pulling out her braids, but she also needed the recipe. What could she do to get a nasty boy like Shawnee to calm down? Lily had heard that cigarettes were supposed to have a soothing effect. Hooray! What a great job Lily had done. Shawnee seemed to feel much better already. You can tell by the way his pupils were slowly rotating towards the inside. Shawnee wasn't responsive. The cigarettes had made him indifferent.
Oh! You have the recipe?
Uh-huh.
Well then, let me see it! I can manage that! Duck roast for Lumpy! Good choice! All I need is the canned food for Mother Superior's meal from the cellar. But I can't start cooking again anyway! As long as the stove isn't working, Mother Superior will have to wait for the cat food! I wouldn't want to be in your shoes when you give her the news!
This had to be the canned food Doris was talking about. Lily selected pigeon flavor. Lily had placed the log in the stove. Now she just had to light it.